Now, one more thing I'd like to point out before we shut off is that this is not a correct way for us to get this data. I put in the IDs 1 and 1 because it was the easy way to deal with things right now. But what we really want to be doing is inserting into character this way. I'm going to copy over some of this stuff. And instead of putting in the 1 and the 1 here directly, all right, let's put all of our data on different rows so that it's easy to read. Well, it will be easy to read once we have our data here. And we're going to go select player ID. Actually, it's class ID because that came first, from class, where class name is equal to assassin. Okay, so we're using a subquery rather than typing in data directly because that would have been a magic number. And we're going to do the same thing for player. And there you have it. That's how we would have inserted that. I'm going to do it as well again, and we'll see two records beside each other getting the same data. But oh right, it wasn't an assassin class that we created. It was a warrior class, so class name equals warrior. And now we can insert. There we go, one row affected. So let's have a look at both records. And you can see I get the exact same data, aside from the character ID, which is automatically assigned from the database. Everything else is the same, including the player ID and the class ID, because the database using this subquery was able to look up the ID that belonged to the class name we knew we put in there. So we knew we put in a warrior, we knew that it belonged to that particular account, so we could use those pieces of information. We don't want to just use IDs because that requires us to look up information when we already have information that we can ask the database to use to look it up for us.